Hello! It's Cy Felrose here once again on behalf of Artemis, ready to take on this timeline's growth into a proper maid for my lady. Last time we started on Dewford Gym and made it to the... We beat the Meditite Girder trainer, and we needed to next go on to Black Belt to Cow and his Breloom and some other stuff. This fight's not that bad. This Breloom is not capable of doing anything to Vespy, so Vespy just wins this. Basically, either it uses Wake Up Slap and it kills with Air Slash, or it uses Spore and then Wake Up Slash and it kills with Air Slash. So that part's pretty easy. From there, it will probably bring in Buniri. It could bring in Mienfoo. Assuming it brings in Buniri, what will happen is I will switch in Seadra on the Fake Out. Will I do it this way, actually? That's a lot of damage. No, that's fine. It's just not enough damage to kill at all. Okay, so I'll switch in Seadra on the Fake Out. And I'll use Bubble Beam twice to kill. For Mienfoo's case, we're back on our bullshit. We're just using Intimidates and Shell Armors. With a Mon that can deal so easily with Breloom, this one becomes a lot less threatening. This is exactly the same team we brought to the last fight, apparently. I guess that's yeah. That's why you fight the Meditite first, because otherwise this spot that I actually triggered the battle in would trigger a double battle, and that would be bad, undesirable. I guess I can use this too. I didn't realize it could collect this. It doesn't matter because I'm a bug flying type and this is a grass type move. It's honestly surprising it deals 2 damage a hit. Yep, this can't kill with any moves, so it will always be triple axle, or always be Fake Out, not triple axle. This Seadra switch is completely safe. As a result of that, it will use Jump Kick, it won't kill. Now it'll use jump kick again, and it still won't fail. Okay, I don't quite have enough health to do the funny thing, which would be to just kill this with... Well, I can technically survive it, just not consistently, and that's not good enough. So what happens here is that this thing is always going to Drain Punch me. So what I do is I switch to Vespi, and then switch to Hardier. Oh, I forgot about the fake out. Oh well. That's a perfectly good free turn loss, but that doesn't really matter. Has inner focus. Oh. I wasn't actually prepared for this. In that case, I believe what I should do is just switch into Groddle and use some Growls. And then get into Staravia. Oh, if it has, like, any damage. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sure, you can use Detect. Why not? Oh. Is that max? No, that was average. Damn. Now it'll do less because it's -1. -2, max is at 13. Good chance to use it again. It doesn't have Pursuit or anything like that. I don't think -3 can possibly be safe. I'll check anyway, on principle. Yeah, no. This is a guaranteed kill turn. Corphish comes out for now. Let me double check this. Staravia always survives any move? No, Staravia does not always survive Rock Slide. But Corphish will always bait Drain Punch, so that doesn't matter. The Corphish might just kill. Hello, Cozy Lana. I'm doing well. This run's been a fun one. And I'm hopeful it can keep going. Yeah, this is a emulator mod to a Pokemon Emerald ROM hack. If you want to play it, search up Pokemon Run and Bun. So you would play it on PC through a GBA emulator. I use MGBA. There's Black Belt account. Next one up. Alright. I'm fairly confident that I will be... Well, if you do, good luck, and I hope you have a lot of fun. I am fairly confident I am going to make a Hypnotop. So I think I can just make this easy by breeding the Hypnotop immediately. Golex is always going to come in after and use either Shadow Punch or Mega Punch. It technically could be Drain Punch, but probably not. I will probably play more games in the future. Earlier today I played Teamfight Tactics. That's the only game I've played on this stream so far. I tend to play a lot of strategy games and roguelikes. I have not decided what I will be playing for this channel yet. This... Seadra almost consistently does it. I am not really a horror fan. Seadra can consistently do this one with some help. And then always baits in... this thing. It's using what, though? This thing is never predictable. It could be anyone, really. What is my Ignite answer? Fire and fighting. I struggle to deal with both at the same time. My only fighting resist is this Vespiquen. Hypnotop baits Golem. Nothing I can do about that because its hidden power is... What is its hidden power? Oops. Its hidden power is poison, which doesn't do anything. It's still the best answer to Kecleon, and I'm willing to commit to it. Yeah, for sure. Golett. Yeah, Seadra makes a lot of sense from the Golett. It can really handle anything that can switch into a Shadow Punch, and honestly, even then, it might be worth that risk if that matters. I don't think that should matter, though. I am not, I don't have enough time put into this to be ready to pay anyone to create content for my VTubing, thank you. Seadra probably is the best answer here. The problem is just the 5-hit possibility being really bad. If I can use Vespiquen to tank fighting attacks, switch into something like the Herdier on a fire attack, which is always safe. Switch into the Vespiquen again, and then back to the Seadra. This thing only gets to 40, so it won't use Flame Charge again, unless it's highest damage. Oh, it might use... No, it won't use Flame Charge again. Because it'll be at -1 at that point. And then Seadra will outspeed and be able to safely kill. Or if it misses, it'll be able to safely 2 HKO, which is great. Exactly what I want. Cool. Which means I need a new answer to Golett. Grottle will work perfectly. And then my best available support for beating this Hikamoo is just... This is not part of my team anymore. I mean, honestly, it's just the Hitmontop. It deals a lot of damage. The Vespiquen's also good at that. The Staravia is my best extra support if I need it. Okay. I'll bring Tyrogue finally out and remove the Corphish. Everyone else stays on the team. I use Endless Candy on Tyrogue. Fighting type move. Beautiful. I'll forget Tackle since I can easily learn Secret Power later if I feel the need, which is better in every way. Not Vespiquen lead, it's Hitmontop lead. That's a lot of damage. Not enough to change anything, but an owl. Next up is the Pig Knight, which will use Incinerate, probably. It could also use Flame... Actually, it's more likely to use Flame Charge, unfortunately. I would be happiest if it didn't, though. It's technically possible for my Siege to die, but that would require a lot of crits. It's always Arm Thrust. I don't know if it's always Arm Thrust at -2. It's probably not. On hardier, I mean. It's not always Arm Thrust at -2, which means I should go straight to Seadra. This one is always Incinerate because it's at -1 attack. This one could technically kill, but it's at -1, not -2. But it would require... Oh, it actually can't technically kill, even better. It could also use Flame Charge and then Arm Thrust, in which case it could technically kill, but it just dies in one hit, so it doesn't matter. Since this Kamou has Dragon Tail and Hakamoo has Dragon Tail and is pretty likely to use it, there's not really any good reason to do anything but stay in. The only way I would switch is either if it uses Dragon Tail or Dragon Breath and paralyzes me. Oh, actually, I might need to switch because I don't know if this is guaranteed to die to a dragon. Hidden power. And if it's not, it's a risk that I don't need to take. That looks like a little... is that aligned? That looks like 60%, so it should be safe. Since this hidden power deals a minimum of 60.3. I think it's probably at exactly that amount. There's Dewford Gym, except for Gym Leader Brawly, of course. So I did do some work on Dewford Gym off stream with Artemis. So I realized that the only thing in my entire box that can handle this is everything level 21. Remoraid is the only thing that's not marked as leveled. But anyway, the only thing that can handle this Kung Fu is Vespiquen. And because that can have a very inconsistent HP value, it's really hard to tell what's going to get baited. It could be Hitmontop, Combusken, or Lopunny based on what HP value Vespiquen has. If you have a teeny microscope, you can see the text right here. It's probably going to be Hitmontop, which I think makes it best to just go to my own Hitmontop to tank the guaranteed Rock Slide, since Rock Slide will be in kill range for Vespiquen. Use a Fake Out, since this doesn't have Inner Focus or anything. Switch to Vespi to tank a non-threatening Mach Punch. Switch to Groddle to tank... I can do more Rock Slide stuff if I want there to get more procs. But even at -1, I think Groddle should just win. At -1, I tank an attack on the switch. I use a Growl. And then I could start spamming Absorb or something. Let's see, I should really work out... Okay, couple questions. One, how much HP can I safely have Hitmontop at? Hitmontop needs to be able to switch into this on any attack. Then use Rolling Kick twice, basically. Which means it needs to tank... At max... At max 45, I don't think I can play around 45. I think the big question is just the Groddle thing. Yeah, I think that's correct. There's a couple mons I could get from the route behind Camper Gabi here. The Electric would do nothing. Boltund is traditionally very good into this fight for reasons I don't remember, in exchange for a Rare Candy and a Psychic Feint's Heart Skill. But I already have answers to mostly everything, and the thing I don't have an answer to is the Lopunny, and I don't think that helps with Lopunny. The Celio is not real anymore, or the Spheal is not real anymore. Oh, actually, I still have a Spheal in my box, don't I? I don't think I've actually used it. Yeah, that's correct. These two are special because they haven't gotten used since the level cap increased. Yeah, I really don't know what this team's answer to Lopunny is. I have nothing that beats Sucker Punch, so it's not like I can like switch to this or something. Like switching to this and killing with Fake Out would actually be... No, it doesn't even do anything, never mind. My only priority move is Staravia, who doesn't do anything. It doesn't even outspeed this, so I can't even pretend it does something. Okay, so let's think about what I actually need for next like split, and like specifically next gym. If Hitmon dies, if Hitmon top dies, I'm fucked. If Grottle dies, I'm kind of fucked. If Herdier dies, whatever. If Staravia dies, whatever. If Vespiquen dies, I think Vespiquen's better, but I can risk it. Seadra is similar, especially since it's Swift Swim. This has a lot of value next gym as a sacrifice. This has a lot of long-term value. This has a lot of value into the third gym. This can die, but it's useless on the fight anyway. This can probably die, but I don't think I can get value out of it being dead. Yeah, I think the best thing I can do with this Poliwhirl is to alternate between Vespiquen and Celio until it kills itself. Until Poliwhirl is at, like, super dead range, switch in this on a guaranteed superpower and Ultra Kill it. With, like, Fake Out. I forgot that this was faster, or not faster, the other word, slower. Like, even at -6 attack, I think this will still try to superpower Celio over anything. Oh no, it won't. I can only get to, like, -3 that way. Not even -1? Oof. I can get to -2 that way. That's worse than I thought. Scraggy is Hitmontop for sure. Hitmontop is my Intimidate Mon who's actually useful. I need to get Palpitoad in there to kill the Combuskin. Okay. Remoraid I know is useless on this fight. Litleo is obviously useless on this fight. I should just get an electric type. That would probably deal with Poliwhirl better than Celio, as plans go. I'm gonna go get my electric type and see what it is. This old man is really like, okay, I'm kidnapping you. You're never going home unless you get a gym badge. Is this how Pokemon journeys get started in other regions? I don't think so. I think there's more consent involved in, say, like, Unova. But yeah, I'm fetching an electric type as a better answer to Poliwhirl and Celio. Let's see what it is. It is a Yamper. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure at Yamper level 12 I cannot attack. I cannot. Mud Slap is safe on a not crit, but there's no reason at all to risk crits on a wild Pokemon. My Pokeball stash is not that low. Alright, you little skip. Get out of the garden. Artemis has got you in there too many times. And it's not where you belong. Let's see what this thing's IVs are. You can't fish right now. I don't know when you can fish. I heard it's when you get to Marvel City. Which makes sense to me. Those are decent. The issue is still that you need a rare candy to make this do anything. Why would you use the Electrify, ever? Why does it even learn this move? Why would you use a Heart Skill on this move? Okay, well, let's import it. Hold on. Import it, then export it, then look at it as if it was level 21. Let's assume that it cannot do shit to Poliwhirl, which is probably true. I mean, with Celio, it could do stuff to Poliwhirl, but yeah, not really. Okay. Now let's assume it's a Bolton. Bolton can do a lot to Poliwhirl very easily with basically no risk. Bolton with Psychic Fangs would be really good into Kung Fu, but I don't feel the need for it to be good into Kung Fu here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I want to level Bolton. I think that's a not a good use of my resources here. But I still do need a way to deal with Lop. Lop is made of pain and suffering. So let's see. Steel isn't getting used because it's evolved. Tyrogue, I don't have a Tyrogue anymore. Litleo is useless because of its type. So these four are almost definitely coming. It could also be Seadra instead of the other one. Covet Herdier is not very good at dealing with this. Neither is Astaravia. Neither is this, neither is this, neither is this. Neither is... yeah, this one really does have to be Hitmontop. This one really does have to be Vespiquen. I think Hitmontop has to be Groddle paired with Hitmontop for Intimidate. Actually, oh yeah, this doesn't have speed, so yeah. Yeah, I think I can go to Vespiquen 2 times there. Cool, so it's Vespiquen, then Hitmontop. Groddle kills the Hitmontop. Groddle basically always is gonna bait the Lob here. Can Groddle kill Hitmontop at a decent HP value? Because if Groddle can survive the Broken Retaliate, then that's a great news. Alternatively, what if Staravia comes in on the Mach Punch? That could cause issues, but probably won't. Like, if Groddle gets this low enough to die to Quick Attack, it does have to be Quick Attack, then this switches in, uses Quick Attack. Okay, I don't think I can do that reliably, but if I could, it would be really good. It would let me Quick Attack this when it comes out. This thing comes in, it uses Thunder Punch, I switch to Palpitoad. Can I do that reliably on Hitmontop? If I do like Sandtomb Growl stuff, it shouldn't even be that bad to do that. Yeah, no, I actually think that's pretty reasonable. I just have to hope for no Rock Slide crit or somewhat bad things happen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Staravia goes to Palpitoad to answer Combuskin. Then after that, Lop comes back in. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. This thing can't speed lower it because of sheer force, and even if it could, I don't think it would do that much. Maybe I just need to use this. I think I just have to use this and use Charm a bunch. Then do the same thing on Poliwhirl. I don't think I can do much to plan here. I really don't want to use Bolton because it costs a lot of resources and doesn't help with the hard things. Yamper isn't good. Herdier doesn't really do very much. Seadra is worse than Palpitoad at this and doesn't do anything else. Corphish doesn't accomplish anything. Cufant can't do anything except resist Retaliate, and I don't have a good way to take advantage of that. Yeah, I believe this is correct. Okay. There are no statuses that I can really do anything about. The only one that matters is Combusken's Thunder Punch, but that's never actually dealing effective damage. I just need to bring Vespiquen back out instead of Herdier, and Celio back out. Or out for the first time, since it's not even evolved yet, instead of Seadra. And then I have Vespiquen lead, Hitmontop, Grotle, Vespiquen for the... Hitmontop, Grotle, Vespiquen, and Staravia all working together to clear Hitmontop. Staravia to trigger Lopunny's eject button. Palpitoad for Combusken. Celio to charm Lopunny until it's easy to beat. Celio to charm Poliwhirl a bit. Actually, that's not a real thing to do. But Celio can probably do something on Poliwhirl. It has HP Ice, which doesn't do anything. It's kind of funny that it has HP Ice, but also kind of sad. I think it's just like Vespiquen, back to Celio, -1 is still that, back to Vespiquen, to Celio, to... I don't know what to. Hitmontop can tank an HP Grass safely, use Fake Out, use Rolling Kick, and then it's still in, I guess, for Scraggy. I don't know if I want it to still be in. It's better still in, because of Power Up Punch. Yeah, I think that's the best I can do here. I can also switch in Scraggy if I'm scared, or Celio if I'm scared, and use a Charm. But that will probably result in Celio's death. Hopefully I don't have to do that. I think it's pretty likely something dies here. Actually, come to think of it, if I use Celio on this thing, after it uses a couple superpowers, that's not even bad. That's not even bad at all. Okay, neat. How was I getting this in? Was I just hard switching it in? I guess so. Woof. That's not the best plan, but maybe it'll work. Okay, this is not a real plan for Poliwhirl, is it? Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's not. Oh well. I think the big thing here is that I don't have a really good plan for Poliwhirl. Because I don't have anything that's actually good at answering it. What is Staravia? Staravia is just doing that thing. Oh, it's Staravia for Poliwhirl, eventually, in theory, kind of, not really. Okay. It's Hitmontop kills. Hitmontop kills eventually. Right. Ben could easily get fucked up if... Vespiquen gets wrecked enough by Kubfu. But I'm just going to hope that doesn't happen. Woo! Okay, this is the reliable part. Or at least the mostly reliable part. I did forget it had that unnerve. It can't eat its berries, but I can eat its berries. Now I use Air Slash. Nice. Nose on Headbutt. That's great wares. Low damage. Perfect. That means that it should be Hitman top here. Which is what we want. Enemy Hitman top has lethal, so it will use it over Fake Out here. My Hitman top has Intimidate, their Hitman top has Technician, and Protective Pads, which don't matter against my team. I wish I had Rock Slide. I just think it would be cool if I had Rock Slide. This is always Back Punch, because I'm not low enough for it to make any sense for it to use Pursuit. Another Intimidate proc here. That's not very much damage at all. Grottle's HP is one of the valuable ones. Though so is Hitman Taps. Vespiquen's is not that valuable anymore. It had one job and it did it just fine. I think 3 times is probably enough. Or is this only 2? I guess this must be only 2 then. Let's go for 3. Now I switch in Grottle. -3 Hitman Top will not do very much damage to Grottle. I should have went to Vespiquen first, but oh well. Oh, it must be -4 Hitman Top if it's dealing that little damage. Okay, let me double check my HP roller here. It's at 50%-ish. I do need to make it a Sand Tomb as my main killing. Make sure I get Staravia at the right damage amounts. Okay, so this thing might actually just die if I... It's at about 25%. No good reason to not just Growl. That won't deal much. Perfect, that looks good. Alright, Staravia, don't get crit. Rock Slide crit would be really fucked up right now. Back Punch is good. Back Punch non-crit is perfect. Cool. I believe this one should be Lopunny. Perfect. Quick attack to trigger the eject button. Should be Combuskin now. Oh, it's Poliwhirl. It's Poliwhirl. Oh. Poliwhirl. The Poliwhirl plan is to get it to use Superpower a couple of times. Definitely using Ice Beam this turn. Now it's going to use Superpower. Let's turn off that HP roller again. Right, at -1, it will still use Superpower on Celio. So I'll have it do another Ice Beam here. Now it's going to use Superpower, which will not deal very much damage since it's at -2 after Intimidate. Perfect. Alright, what is it going to use now? Probably Bubble Beam? Let's double check. Probably Bubble Beam, doesn't have to be Bubble Beam. Okay. It could be Ice Beam. I think I have to risk it here. Oh wait, I can always switch into Celio, which is perfect. Deal even, I might say. So at -3, -2. So on Celio, it's always going to be using HP Grass. Celio isn't important for the rest of the fight, so I'm going to use whichever attack deals more damage here. Because I need to make sure that Staravia Aurora Beam deals more damage because it has Water Absorb, apparently. I didn't know that. Now it's in range to have Death the Quick Attack, basically. because it's at -2 defense and has a lot of damage on it. Which is important because, actually this might be beating Lopunny, so it might not be important. If it's beating Combuskin, it's important. It is Lopunny, my bad. Can Grotle survive this Lopunny hit? Probably, right? Reliably? Yep, reliably. Cool. Good stuff, then. Do I want to use Grotle that way? Not really. Can Vespiquen survive this Lopunny hit? If it's not a crit, yes. I think it's correct to risk Vespiquen, then. Okay, okay, okay. Good, good. That's really good. Now it's guaranteed to use Retaliate. Which I'm not sure if that's fine or not. Celio isn't prepared to safely switch in like it originally planned. Would it be able to if it was at -1? I don't think so, actually. Okay, let's see. I need Palpitoad for Combuskin. It's the only way to deal with Combuskin. That does make it feel pretty simple to me. I don't need Staravia for anything. It would be ideal if it could get the kill on this Lopunny. But it might not happen. And that's okay by me. Celio's health doesn't matter that much. And it can think a crit Retaliate. Oh, actually, Celio dies to crit Drain Punch, but it survives non-crit Drain Punch. So I think it's worth it to risk it to get a charm off, and just hope. So now I need to look at -3 Lopunny versus Grotle to see if I should risk another charm. Grotle can deal... Lopunny can deal 9 a turn, basically. So Grotle will be able to get in 3 hits, which is not enough. It's taken a quick attack that did basic... Oh, it got its quick attack health. I think I need to use Charm then. Just... Wait, fuck. It would die to the same hit. That's fine. Oh wait, no, it doesn't die to the same hit because it lost even more attack. I can Charm it. And now it has -5, which means that Grotle heals almost as much as it deals. This is going to be a slap fight for a bit. Should actually use Sand Tomb here. Until I'm at risk of death, I should just spam Absorb. The goal, though, is to get Staravia to get the kill here. That would be an ideal situation because... Okay, let's check the HP ruler. How much is that at? That is at a bit over 25. Staravia's quick attack deals 15. A bit over 25 means it might be at 13, so a crit might actually kill it. So I think I growl. Well, a crit wouldn't kill it by itself, but a crit has the potential to kill it in conjunction with the Sand Tomb trap that didn't actually happen. And that's why I didn't risk it last turn. Perfect. It's going to use Retaliate. There's nothing I can really do about that. Hopefully it doesn't crit. I think crit would kill. Does a crit kill? Yes, a crit kills for sure. A non-crit does nothing. Perfect. Perfect. Everything's going so well. This is Combustion, yep. Combustion has lethal. Combustion has lethal with, unfortunately, everything. Which could be a real problem. I think I still have to switch in Palpito. Unless I can safely switch in... I cannot switch in Top's health is too important. I still have to switch in Palpito. Combustion is very scary. Speed Boost is not a friend. Yes. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see Thunder Punch there. Now we want to see it not, like, triple crit. It didn't triple crit. So I think we're completely safe. As long as the Scraggy doesn't kill my team, which isn't, maybe not a guarantee. Let's see. Scraggy will always use Feint Attack because it thinks that's lethal. Which is perfect, exactly what we want to hear. I believe this game has a power-up punch AI bug. Let me go look at what it is exactly. Right, yeah, okay. So it has setup AI for some reason. So if AI is slower and 2HKO'd, it's not going to click Power Up Punch, even though it's the best move. So I think it's always going to click Feint Attack again, but I could be wrong. I think I win even if I'm wrong. I was wrong. I am actually showing a kill now. Yeah, I believe it cannot click Power Up Punch here. Doesn't matter anyway because it's dead. No deaths! Nobody was fired for poor performance. in the first gym badge split, except for Thief. Poor Thief. Metronome Ice Beam. Last Tiana is the enemy. Seismic Toss. If that move does anything, I don't really know how, but exciting stuff. That's level 25, that's the ability to go back and get some more encounters and progress forward towards the Rexian split. But that will be for next time. Well, everyone, I still do not have a close-off section segment thing, so this will be Fellerose signing off. Everyone take care, hydrate, clean your room, etc. I will see you sometime tomorrow for the beginning of the Rexian split.